Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and I'm not alone. Not only am I joined by the wonderful and oft appearing Mai, but also Felix. Hello.
Hello.
He's back for a special.
Yeah, I'm back from a special.
Yeah, thank
We're
you so
getting
much
some
for
of the band
coming
back
along.
together.
Yeah.
Of course. No, it's crazy times. Star Fox Direct coming out of nowhere. I mean, we were doing this chat because Alex was like, want to join in for a chat? There's not much going on this week.
And this was your idea. This was on the dashboard, and it was a Felix video. So I was like, it's Felix's idea.
That's fun.
Let's get him back for it.
I am excited to talk about this because it's an interesting topic, and it's also just nice to be back. I've met you, Mai, but we haven't talked that much before. So let's get into it.
Yes. So the topic today, as you've no doubt seen from the title, is Nintendo Switch 2, physical or digital, or the reality as a sort of mix between the two. What do we think? No.
You have to go either one. You can't pick and choose and be a reasonable human being.
Does that
allowed.
Does that include game key cards as well then, if you're going physical?
That's kind of the hybrid though.
No.
Good. Glad we're getting some
side.
different opinions on the channel. Yes. No. I think for the sake of this video, we will just quietly ignore game key cards as a sort of a weird complication. Maybe we'll talk about them later, but I think we're going to focus on proper physical, and well, digital is always proper. You know, it's just straightforward. Yes. So, Felix, why don't you, as the guest, why don't you open up your stance on this, physical or digital?
So, both things have very good things. Both things have bad things. What am I talking about? Okay.
I'll be honest, Felix, this nuance is not what you were subscribing to earlier when you said one or the other.
No. Okay. Well, I started out being a digital-only kid, and then I transformed into very much, I really like physical when I worked here, and now it's very much one or the other. Like, if me and my girlfriend wants to play a game, we normally buy digitally, because then you kind of... There's like a way where you can play it at the same time on both systems, so that way we save a copy. For example, we did that with Tomodachi Life. I think that, then I have to be online and she has to be offline, but it works. And it's really nice that you can trick Nintendo's anti-share system. So that's fantastic. But with physical, that's really nice because you can share the game very easily. You have actually the physical thing. And that's just wonderful, especially on Nintendo consoles, because if it's not a game key card, then you just pop it in and then boom, the game is there. If you're a person like me who's very impatient, is that the word?
Impatient.
I think so. I've not been talking impatient. Yeah, I've not been talking that much English. Then going digital means that you can play it like kind of the night before, which is also nice if you really want to play the game. But there's also the whole thing about storage, which then it's nicer to have it physical. I mean, it is storage in the real world instead, but Nintendo famously doesn't have a lot of storage built in. Yeah. So yes, as you can see, I'm a very nuanced man. I can't just pick one or the other, as I very much said so in the start. What about you, Mai? What is your stance?
Well, I'm an oldie, so I grew up physical media. I mean, if you look behind here, most of it's basically physical. Same with all my other kind of consoles and stuff. But there was a very long time when I had my Switch that I was only buying digital purely because it was a lot of indie titles that didn't have any physical games. Plus, having to get off my arse and just go to the shop and buy something. That's always not ideal. But yeah, I'm very much of the sort where I have the physical item. It's not a license. I own it, and I can just put it in my console. And also, for me, storage is a really big thing because I see something, I've downloaded it, I want it, and then if I don't play it for ages, it's just going to stay on my hard drive or on the system for God knows how long without playing it. I want to be able to just, put the game in, bish bash bosh, play it. Which is why I'm not going to get on the topic of game key cards just yet, because we'll go on that later. But as I say, if it's an indie company that they only have digital and the only way that they could possibly have a physical edition come out, depending on sales, then that's the only time I'll go digital. And unless, of course, if it's through work and whatnot, because otherwise I have no other choice. But yeah, I'm a bit of a physical lady. I like it. I like the physical
Well, I
games.
have heard the rumours.
Shut up!
I mean, yeah, this is the thing. It's, despite how much it's fun to sort of go into one camp or the other, the reality is you can have both. Sort of, and I don't mean having a physical and a digital version of the same game, although I've got a few of those. One of the perks of being in the job, I suppose. But what it really comes down to is that they both have advantages and disadvantages, don't they? The simplicity of digital is it's just there. If it's going to be a game that you play all the time, something like Smash, for example, we must play a game soon, Felix. I don't actually have it physical. I'm kind of desperate to get it physical, but I have it digitally. It's always there. It's just ready to go whenever I want. I don't need to, I need to remember to take it with me. Not that I really leave the house at the moment, but it's there and it's ready to go. But if the servers go offline and I don't have it downloaded for one reason or another, it is gone. I can't get it anymore. Whereas a physical, as you say, it's owned. It's mine. It won't have all the DLC on it and stuff like that, obviously. But I would much rather physically own something wherever possible, because it's nice, to be able to just hold it, It's just the same with any kind of media, I've been buying Blu-rays and DVDs for years now, and I continue to do so. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I know, technically I have a Netflix subscription at the moment, but for well over a year, I didn't have any subscription services because I was just like, well, I've got my own library. I'll just, I'll watch an episode of Pie in the Sky starring Richard Griffiths. I'll watch, The Simpsons, and no one can take that away from me. And that's what I love about physical media.
I think there's also the cost of things as well. Like when you have physical media, you can sell it. You can also technically buy it cheaper than if you buy it on the eShop, which is why a lot of my first-party Nintendo games are physical, because I'll either get them cheap somehow or pre-owned. But if I wanted to go and get them on the eShop, it's very unlikely that they'll be on sale.
Particularly for first-party
price.
Stuff,
That's what I'm meaning. Yeah, first-party. Whereas things third-party, if it's on a sale, there you go, bish bash bosh. But
yeah, I think that's a really good way of looking at it. That first-party, at least also here in Denmark, they tend to be cheaper physically for some reason than digitally. They're just really expensive digitally.
It's not. It's not completely dissimilar in the UK. Sometimes the physicals are cheaper.
But it's funny because they want, like, when we look at the prices, when you hear about a new game, it's like, oh, it's $10 cheaper on the eShop. I just don't find that to be the case, because then maybe the people who's selling it is like, oh, we need to put the price even lower because, otherwise we don't sell any copies. But for first party, physical, it's nice. Also, it's bigger, longer games that you play in big sessions. Like if it's a single player game, okay, you put it in and then you play the game. But with smaller indie titles, or with, for example, I'm really into, you don't have a choice with F-Zero 99, but I'm playing a lot of F-Zero 99 at the moment. And it's just so nice to have digital, because it's the kind of game that you play like for 20 minutes and then you play something else. So yeah, a lot of indie games, if I really like them, I will buy a physical later. Just because it's cool to have. For example, I bought the UFO 50 collector's edition just because it had the manual, and then you also have the physical game, and it's so cool.
It becomes a sort of collector's item, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly.
It kind of goes into the same vein of a lot of indie games are cheaper to buy digitally, as you know. Yeah. Like, for example, I have Stardew Valley. It was my Switch machine game just for a very long time. I'm still itching to get a physical edition, but they're quite pricey. At least like out of my price range at the moment. Even if it's 30 quid, that's still a bit like,
yeah,
ooh.
And it's hard to justify when you already have the game. It's like, oh, do I need to buy it again? Then it's kind of just like you're just doing it because you like collecting things. at that point.
Although saying that, I am after Melody of Moomin Valley on physical, because that physical edition is just gorgeous. And whenever they do Winter's Warmth, the Moomin games, I should probably say if no one knows that, that's another one that I'd really like to get physical. But I'm very picky when it comes to my physical games. As I've said before, it's either first parties or certain special editions. I think the only special edition I have, because it was cheaper than buying digital or buying the normal one, is Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Oh.
I haven't played it yet.
You
but
did
I
the
just
video
have it,
review
so.
for that, didn't you, Felix?
I did. Yeah. I've tried it. It's a totally good game.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
I haven't really played it much since, because it's.
I'm just there for Gretzko. She's my girl. That's mostly what I'm there for.
But yeah, what kind of special editions do I have for indie games? I have, as I said, UFO 50, A Short Hike. I bought the collector's edition for that. And Sion somehow arranged for me to get the collector's edition to Cuphead, which has this, Cuphead is so cool. And I love Cuphead. Cuphead is one of the best games. So I think that's... Well, maybe I think those are like the collector's edition I have of indie games.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex? Do you have some cool stuff?
Do I have some cool stuff? I don't have that many collector's editions per se. I've got a fair few indie games physical. Bits and pieces, things like, Stardew Valley, which I think was a Xeon special as well. I think he just said, Alex, you like Stardew, and gave it to me, and I was like, okay, thank you.
He did the same with me. Felix, you like Stardew. Why don't you want to interview the creator?
I think he got sent a lot of things. But
He got sent the creator of Stardew Valley. I was like, what do I do with him?
But I think for me, when it comes to physical, the ones that I really care about are the games I really care about. Those are the ones I want physically, because it's almost like a time capsule. It's almost like, okay, now I own this. But I can't deny that there are plenty of games where I sort of think it would be nice to have a physical, but if I've already got the digital, I am just not going to double dip, because it's expensive to buy a game twice. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like I've made this point already. But
I think, especially for Nintendo, I think it's just more awesome to have a physical, because the game is just on the cartridge, unless it's a key card, but that's why we hate it.
Yeah, unless it's Pacopia.
Yeah. And on Xbox or on PlayStation, I don't really care that much. Sure, it's nice to have physical, but I feel like those consoles have so much storage already. I mean, I do have both versions where you can put in the disc, and I do have loads of discs. I like discs. But right now I'm playing Starfield, and I just got that through, I think it was Game Pass, because we have a Game Pass through work. I just, that now I can just play the game. I can just try it out. We're reviewing Starfield because of the new expansion, and it's also coming to PlayStation. Have you tried the game, Alex?
Oh yeah, it is approaching okay. It's not bad.
It's the first Bethesda game I'm playing, so maybe
that is not a good first impression of Bethesda games.
No, but I was gonna say I am quite having a good time. I'm getting immersed in it. I think it's the music. Maybe it's also the update where you can now cruise between planets and stuff like that.
You can do that now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can actually fly between the planets. You can engage this super
No Man's
mode.
Sky
Where just Yeah. But you can't land on planets and stuff. I think it's how you approach the game. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but I'm just very fascinated.
I love
that game got so much hate, but I think it's how you approach it. And I think if I went into it and thought, okay, this is an Outer Wilds type experience on No Man's Sky where you fly from one planet, you lift off, you fly to another. It's not really that. It's like an open zone type game where the space flight is kind of like how you get from one place to another, but then the real meat is in these zones on the planets. And that's a lot of meat on those bones, at least for me. You shouldn't go into this game and think, okay, I'm gonna explore the planets, because the planets, no, you should follow the story to go to these big cities, and there you get the cool missions which will take you to some planets.
But that is,
and I think that they just,
it's completely against all other Bethesda games, like Elder Scrolls and more recent Fallout games and stuff like that. It's all about the exploration. It's what could be round the corner. You never know, which is the complete antithesis in Starfield. Would you get it physically or digitally?
Well, that's what I was going to say. If it's a game like that, is it worth spending your eShop money on something like that?
That is a really good question, because right now I have like a 3-month subscription to Game Pass, and it's really nice to play through there if I want to keep playing it. I mean, I'm sure I can find it cheap because people don't want the game.
Yeah, and that's
but
that's another advantage of physical, is you can just go out and find it secondhand. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Or you trade in Starfield towards something better.
That as well. I just
Get
think
£4 for it.
I mean, that's the cool thing about physical, that if you like a game that other people don't, for example, I remember I really wanted to try Cyberpunk, but because it had such a disastrous start, like when it came out, people really did not like it. I found it for like £10 physical for PlayStation 4, and that has the PlayStation 5. Like it was.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation 4 version is.
No, but you could upgrade it to the PlayStation 5 version for free. So it was essentially the PlayStation 5 version, super cheap. And that's the way I got to try the game. So in that sense, it's the same with Starfield. Hey, I'm having a good time. Hey, you didn't give it to me and give it for cheap, because I don't want to pay a lot for it, and you don't want to sell it for a lot because you don't think you can. But,
the thing with physical is that it's determined by the audience. The market decides its worth, not the publisher, which is what it comes down to.
Depending on how much they actually how many games they make, because if they don't make a lot, then it's going to be expensive.
Well, yes, but there has to be a demand for it as well. You know, there can be a game that has a very short run, but if no one cares, it's not going to be worth anything.
That is very true.
Coming from my experience working in video game retail.
Felix, there's been so many instances where I have to hold my tongue.
But yeah, coming from like my experience working in like video game retail and like game and CEX, I always found that prices would always kind of fluctuate depending on like how much people are going to be trading in. It's why you can get like FIFA for like 50p, for example. Whereas you can get other games which maybe didn't sell as well, or like people didn't trade in as much, they've held on to, like the Pokemon games, because it's a massive franchise. I don't know where I'm going here, but that's that.
Franchise.
Yes, it's the downside of physical with that as well, because it is supply and demand. It is to do with the market, but then it's also to do whether or not the company also made enough, developed enough, released enough released enough copies of the game as well. I mean, I dread to think how much Doshin would be, for example, if it was a massive hit, or did it came on the Switch,
what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that Doshin the Giant wasn't a massive success?
It's a cult classic. There you go.
Alex classic.
It's a cult game. I think it's really good still, but you know, I'm aware I'm probably the most biased person about Doshin the Giant, certainly in this chat, if not this house.
The world.
Yeah, but I think that's a good example, because Doshin the Giant for a long time had no demand. And to be honest, a lot of games had no demand for them, and they were going for almost nothing. But then collecting games became really popular, and people started just wanting to own, you know, slightly obscure games for the sake of owning obscure games. And so the prices rise. And so Doshin the Giant, I think I got it for like £40, and then I started doing some videos about it, and it's worth like at least 80 now. I think the price has gone up and down over the years.
So you're the culprit then for putting the price up.
I would say I've had a hand in it. I wouldn't say I'm
Isn't that like illegal? You kind of like betting on yourself, like, oh, I'm gonna bet on me
Insider
getting a yellow
trading.
card. Yeah.
I mean, if I owned Doshin the Giant, then perhaps, or you know, I had some stake in, you know, sales, but frankly, I've only got about 40 copies.
If I was like a really big creator, that's what I would do. Like find all my obscure games and then just making videos about them, making them really popular, and then just selling them off.
People would though, wouldn't they? People would. But then if you were a really popular creator, you wouldn't need to do that.
Oh, that's true.
You could just buy loads of copies of Mario Paint. I don't know who would do that. And then...
Oh, yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, wow.
You have to be crazy to do
So
that.
many had nothing on them. I'm referring to a previous video, if you haven't seen it, where Xeon bought 100 copies of the game. And a lot of them...
Great video.
It's a very good video, but a lot of them were, let's say, a little disappointing in what was stored on them.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I suppose that's the gamble you take when you buy 100 copies of Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Physically.
Hey, maybe now because of the video, he can sell them for more. So he made it popular again.
Maybe.
Xeon is the reason I know about Mario Paint. No, that's not true. I heard that before. Anyways,
So I suppose...
are we coming to a verdict?
You know what? I tell you what would be interesting. If we had to give up one of them, like... And
Yeah.
I don't mean, sort of, if, sort of give up one of them, but everything that was digital can also be physical. I mean, like, in the current climate, legitimately, if you had to give up physical or digital, which would it be? Felix, our intrepid guest. Bye!
I would give up... I think I would give up physical because I already have so many physical games. I have so many games to play, and it looks like the market is going towards a more digital space. So let's say in 20 years, well, you can't buy physical games anymore, then I'm left not being able to buy games. I'm also not a very sentimental person with my stuff. So I'm okay not...
Say that as you sit there wearing a Nintendo Life hoodie.
But that's special. No, I do really like physical, but the convenience of digital and being able to share the digital games with my girlfriend, that just makes it king for me. And already having to pack up all those games when moving, oh my god, I'm okay staying with that. I mean, I'm gonna get more, but yeah, that's my controversial take.
Oof. We know what you think, but say it again for the lovely people.
Game key cards only.
I would get rid of digital, but then also, something that popped to mind when you were talking about wanting to keep digital, Felix, is game preservation for me. So you have digital game preservation, but then you also have physical game preservation, which sadly also doesn't last forever. You have things
all
like
the indie games you
have
can't buy
cartridges.
if you go physical.
Well, maybe the demand of going physical was like, come on, let's do a Kickstarter and then all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
but then also, like, I like being able to, like a library, being able to look at, like, what I have physically there. And also, being me, I also like being able to flex a little bit that I have all these games, and yes, I do actually play them. Whereas if I have digital, I am unlikely to play them. I have spreadsheets. I'm Madam Spreadsheet. I have a full-on database of how many games I have, and majority of them are digital. And I haven't picked them up. I am currently working through the backlog, which is probably going to take me 3 lifetimes. At least with the physical, if I'm going away somewhere, or even if I just fancy just having a night upstairs and just just lying away in bed and playing my Switch, I can then grab an actual game and be like, okay, I'm focusing my time on this game in particular. Kind of a bit more micromanaging my brain and my backlog a little bit. That's the way I put it as. If I can see it, I will play it. If I don't, I'll forget it's there. Object permanence, baby.
It's like an ostrich, right? You put your head down and then all the problems go away. I don't know.
Can I be...
I'm not saying you're an ostrich, Ma. You're a lovely person who loves physical
I'm
games.
too short to be an ostrich, okay? I'm
That's a
only
very fair
5'3"
point.
on a good day.
Only one who could be an ostrich is actually me. I'm an ostrich.
Yes. Felix is unusually tall. When we met for the first time, it was like, good lord. But then
I'm not unusually tall. I'm pretty
No, you're from
normal
Denmark.
size.
You're just normal height there, which is about 9
All my friends
foot
are
or something.
higher than me. Like, I come to the UK and it's like, oh, hello down there,
Hello.
Alex.
It's like
We
going to
don't have enough
Japan.
fresh air down here. That's what it is.
Yeah. Or maybe it's because we don't have fresh air here, so we have to get up kind of like a giraffe.
That's why giraffes have long necks.
Yeah,
the
to get
fresh
all-
air. Yeah. I am going to, I think, be a slight upset on this. I would give up physical. Despite the fact
because
the
you have
minority
so
as
many games.
always.
I prefer physical.
Minority.
Every time I prefer physical. But very similar to Felix, I would be missing out on so many games. So many games do not get a physical release, which I think is wrong. But that is where we are right now in the industry. I'd love it to be different, but if I had to give up one, every physical game is available digitally. Not every digital game is available physically. I'd be missing out on all the horrible AI shovelware that no one ever downloads.
AAA clock.
I get to avoid that AI slop.
But it's... And it would make me very, very sad to do that. But at the end of the day, when you really boil it down, I'm playing the games to enjoy the games. It's the same reason why I don't really have any sealed games. Even, sort of rare ones. I think I've got, maybe one or two sealed games. But they're, I think one of them is Quantum of Solace for PS3.
Oh, wow.
I think my brother got it for some reason, and he just wasn't interested. We didn't have a PlayStation. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep hold of that as an investment. Still not worth much, but who knows what the future holds. But yeah, I play games to enjoy the games, and the physical is a lovely addition. It's a lovely extra thing. But at the end of the day, I'm playing the games because I want to play the games, and digital still allows that. Even if it's not ideal, it is the most convenient. And it is the majority, as it stands.
My man!
Either that or game
I'll
key
just
cards.
be over there living my
cards.
analog life. It's fine.
Just a million copies of Pocopia.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't want no data on their game cards?
It's funny that we are in the position should we go physical and digital when PC players on Steam, that's just digital, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play any computer games anymore, man.
You're not allowed.
Oh, no more Baldur's Gate. Oh no. Unless it comes to Switch physical. Oy.
Oh, they've already said
yeah.
they're not doing a Switch 2 version.
I know. Just but yeah, no, that is a good point. But there are a lot. My Steam library is huge, and it's all digital games. It's just one sacrifice I'll have to make. No one's going to have all the time in their life to play every single video game.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. But I'd like the option.
Instead, I'll hyper-focus on the one for now.
I think the reason why people are more okay with the PC games is that it's only one place and you don't feel like, in 20 years I can't access those games. Where on...
Well, Steam do delete some. They do remove some from the marketplace and other... I don't know if Epic have, but I know that Steam's removed certain games from the marketplace.
Are you saying you don't use the Epic Games Store? Who uses that? I'm sure some people do, but realistically, it's going to be a very small percentage of the...
No, but
only log in
for example,
to get your free monthly games. That's all you do.
The 3DS really put into
we're going to the 3DS all of a sudden.
Oh my god.
No, but it was the realization of one day the store will close, because I've never really experienced that. You think, that's never going to happen with the Switch, but it is going to happen one day, where I don't feel like it's as likely that Steam suddenly closes up shop, because that's just where you get the games online, at least on your computer. So hopefully there's just good preservation. I will say, though, it's really nice having an Xbox, because it just has full backwards compatibility, and I'm playing Psychonauts digitally. For the Xbox.
It's not full. It's not full backwards compatible.
Is there an Xbox console I'm not familiar with?
Well, no, it's just certain Xbox discs, original Xbox discs, and I think some 360s just don't work on Series X.
Yeah, there's a big list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when the 360 came out. You could play original Xbox games, but they were really not
super limited. Yeah.
Yeah, playing the original Fable game on Xbox 360 just did not want to work, even though it said.
Are we excited for the new Fable game?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I haven't thought about it in so long. It's just been switched to blinkers for months now. But
that's the awesome thing about being able to actually play other consoles. I'm
allowed, Felix,
no, you're not.
And you were allowed as well.
I know how it happens behind the scenes. You're not allowed.
It's fine. I've been blatantly saying that I've been replaying The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 for so many times on PS5 recently, so
yes,
it's fine.
And we do have a meeting about that, if you remember, Mike.
But I'm so excited for Forza Horizon 6. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Yay!
And on that note,
Where?
would you buy Forza Horizon 6 physical or digital? Let us know with a comment down below. Felix, thank you so much for joining us again.
25 gigabytes. Oh,
Oh, wow. I suppose it doesn't really matter then if it's physical or digital because you got to install it.
that's so true.
But
But
yes, thank you for coming along.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on. If you want to find me now, your best bet is on Instagram, on Felix the Human. I do music stuff, so do check that out. And also just want to say the new Star Fox designs look amazing.
Yeah, I really like them as well. Loads of people are like, oh, it looks horrible. And it's like, I think it looks great.
I think
That
it
looks
pretty.
great. Yeah. And all my years of never having played any Star Fox games is paying off. Because now I can just play this one. I'm
You're not
actually
going to be
really
playing
excited
the
for it.
same damn game again.
No, to me it's a completely new game. So that's gonna be. I mean, it releases really close to the Adventures of Elliot, which that sucks because I want to play both. But hey, you never have too many games. You can just choose not to play them.
And as
Well,
long as
Thank you
you
for having
get
me
it,
on. It was really
digitally.
nice to be back.
But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Physical or digital, let us know your opinions in the comments down below. No game card chat unless you're saying, I don't like game key cards. I said game card chat. I don't like game key cards. They're bad. If you put that in quoted verbatim, I'll send you a smile. And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.